Welcome to Creators Live, everybody. Thank you for joining us. All right, we're gonna. I hear the cheers in the background. Okay, all right. So we're gonna give a little bit more time for everyone to kind of filter in. Looks like we kind of just have the regulars joining us so far. Nice to see you guys. How's it going? Who's got some wins? And hi to Instagram. Instagram, I want you to share your wins too. And Alicia will be sure to share it with us. Come on, guys. I don't wanna call on you. I'll call on you guys. Victor Rubio, let's hear a win. How you doing this week?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing great. Excellent, awesome, amazing.
I'm afraid to talk about wins because now you got the soundboard going.
Yeah, Mauricio's having fun with the soundboard today. So, so talk about it. Tell us all about, what helps you to be successful, whatever you want to share.
It's just always been about personal relationships. I just got selected to be the official supplier for team fanware for a high school football team.
Yeah, right on topic for today.
So it's all on demand stuff, and I just leverage my website to put a bunch of product that I have very quick access to blanks for, and I give myself about 2 weeks to turn the orders around. Mm-hmm. And as orders come in, I'll just order the blanks and I'll turn them around and send them out. And the high school in this situation is very close to me. So I give the customers a free shipping option. I just drop them off once a week and do that. So, little by little, with all I'm leveraging all the volunteer work that I've done when my kids were smaller, and using those connections to just lock up a lot of the schools in my area. So,
nice.
So instead of marketing to one person, I market to a team or a group, and then they market to their list, and that's sort of my model.
Well, dang, maybe we need to have you over here in the classroom teaching it instead of me. You got all the experience with the schools. Nice.
No, thank you, but you're doing a great job. Thank you for all this.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Victor. Yep. Hope to see you in the office soon. I know you're local.
We'll definitely stop by.
Good. Okay. All right, Michael. I see you there. Let's hear it. How are things going?
Not too bad. We picked up 6 or 7 more jobs this week.
Nice.
Got the garage sort of up and going, so got a little more work to do out there, but
very good. And you know what? I just wanted to take the time to thank you guys for speaking at our trade show talk. That was really nice of you guys to accept that invitation. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That was our first time doing something like that, and it was pretty neat.
Yeah, we try to make it a little bit fun, huh? All right, Eli, I see you in the background there. Thank you for sharing, Michael. Appreciate it. Let's hear some wins. I see you producing some stuff right now, so tell us all about it.
Well, I just replaced the print head this week. Unfortunately, the other one went out, but I'm gonna work to unclog it over time, so that hopefully next time around, I'll have a fresh one ready to go that I've already unclogged.
Yeah, there you go.
That's trying to recycle things here, especially when they're expensive.
Yeah.
But I picked up 2 orders this week. Currently working on one of them. It's some shirts for a construction company. We actually made the logo for them too.
Oh, nice.
I don't have the big logo printed out, but hold on. Let me let this finish real quick.
No problem.
I don't have the big logo because they just want the pocket on the front, but it's a B on an eyeball because the company's called Blink Construction. So,
cool. Okay.
Yeah. So the other design we'll be printing on the printer back there in a minute, but for now I'm just getting these done. 100% polyester shirts.
Very good. These are looking really good. Great job.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. All right, let's hear. Okay, well, since there's so few of us in here so far, I'm just going to call on everybody. Let's hear from Shirley. Shirley, share some wins from this last week with us if you've got any to talk about. It doesn't necessarily need to be professionally that you have a win. Maybe you have a personal win you'd like to share. Whatever you guys got. Moving right along. Okay, well, you know what? It occurs to me that I always ask you guys for wins, but I never share any of my wins. So one of my wins, I'll consider it my win. My son's turning 4 years old today, and we're throwing him a really cool birthday party. So I'm going to say that's my win for this week. So anyway, you guys didn't tune in to hear about my son's birthday party. So let's get right in to school attire, school wear, related things. Back to school stuff is really the topic. And I want to always make sure I plug all of our free resources. So Instagram, Facebook, our YouTube channel. We actually have the YouTube video that was for last week's topic. That one's going to be dropping hopefully by the end of the week. We just finished shooting, so that's going to be a really good one, and I hope you guys can check it out. And if it doesn't get enough views, I'm going to make you guys watch it live with me. So we got Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We have our knowledge base, and I want you guys to really, really hammer your sales reps for everything that you need. You should be having that guy or girl on speed dial. Anything you need, you let us know right away. Call your salesperson so that they can get you the help that you need. I know Michael does it, Victor does it, but Victor doesn't usually need very much. Eli, you have my information as well. You utilize me. So anything you guys need, we are here for you. I'm here to add value to your business, and I want to make sure that we accomplish that goal. Everybody in this class, I want to see winning, and I want to see evidence of your wins. And that's why I ask you guys every week what you're winning at. So if there's no wins, then we got to look at that and we got to take action. So make sure you guys are always communicating with us so that we can help you to the best of our ability. So I'll stop talking about that and we'll get into what we're going to be printing today. I think it's pretty neat. We're going to be doing DTF on the FreeJet. You could do DTF on the DTF printer, obviously, and it would be largely the same thing but more streamlined. So we have a bunch of, in this case, Cat and Jack brand of a variety of different blends. Most of them are like 50-50s, tri-blends kind of thing. Got some polos and stuff, so we're going to be getting to those, but the ones that I was really interested in trying out with you guys live are some of these little, what do you call it, little lunch pails. So if we can do the close-up cam, I want to show them, I mean, you guys know the material of these lunch pails, and I want to show you guys how you can do it. And I'll show Instagram over here. Oh. So you can kind of see, it's kind of like a smoother texture than what you would see on like a duffel bag. So a little bit more tightly knit. And it's polyester just like a duffel bag, but we've done duffel bags and they generally are a little bit more difficult to DTF on. And that's why for all the stuff that we're doing today, we have the hat press out. So we're going to be curing on the regular heat press, but we're going to be pressing on the hat press because we're largely working with smaller surface areas. And so I just want to show you guys, or try to at least attempt to show you guys the thought process that goes into me producing these things. So that ideally you guys can kind of incorporate that, if you haven't already, incorporate that kind of thinking into what you produce. Can we actually bring the, do we have the duffel bag in the other room? I want to show them how that one turned out. You guys get a little behind the scenes here real quick. I want to show you guys. So the video that we're going to drop soon, we did attempt the duffel bag that I'm about to show you. It didn't really get ideal results, and I want to talk to you guys about why. Let me have that. Ooh, almost took out the camera there. Okay, so this is the duffel bag. So as you can see, if we can do B cam again. So this one's kind of a more loose knit. And so when we attempted to do a DTF transfer onto this, it didn't take too well and it melted a little bit. So over on this side, you know, some of it sticks, but it's very easy to peel off, and that's really not an ideal result. So we went ahead and cut that from the video because this didn't turn out too well, and subsequently it began to melt the polyester at the temperature we needed for the transfer. You could attempt to do the transfer at maybe a lower temperature and you might get a different result. But overall, this is not going to be easy enough that I would be comfortable advising everyone on how to do this. So just wanted to give you guys the little sneak peek. That's something that we tried out. I didn't get good results with it, so thank you very much. So let's get into what we're working on today. I keep on saying that, but I promise we're gonna get started printing this time. So we have our heated vacuum platen. Gonna get the height adjusted. And then we have our graphics here. We have this nice gang sheet of a bunch of kids style logos. We were gonna do some Omni Academy stuff, but Harvard didn't let us use their logo. So we're gonna go ahead and get printing here. The settings, same thing we've covered every time that we've talked about DTF. We're just doing the color media HQ standard settings, nothing special going on here. So while this is printing, I want to hear from you guys. Since we have such an intimate group with us today, what are you guys looking to learn when you tune in here? Do we have, Mauricio, is that someone who wants to talk? What was it? Somebody's being asked? I'm not following. Anyway, we'll move on. So I want to know from you guys, what are you guys tuning in to learn? I know Victor and Michael, you guys are extremely experienced with this sort of process. So I want to make sure that I'm still adding value for pros like yourselves as well. So how can I deliver more value for you guys?
For me, a lot of the value comes from listening to the pros. You know, like Victor, you talked a few weeks back about something about his process and how he streamlines it and all that with programming, and that insight really helps me out as I'm trying to find processes that work really well.
Okay, good. So it's more of the group community setting that adds value for you on a regular basis.
Yeah, definitely community. You know.
Well, you know, feel free to reach out if you ever want to outside of these. You know, I don't want to take up everybody's time, but you know, it's just kind of, I'm kind of like a A to Z kind of person when I start a project. So I'll already know what all the steps are when I start, and that includes, you know, the designs, SKUs, how they're going to sell, how I'm going to collect them, how I'm going to bill for them, and all that stuff. And that stuff is kind of outside of the scope of learning how to use the machine, but it's part of the process of using the machine. So if you ever need some help with that, I can help you. And you know, I'm also a big Excel guy, so I use Excel to do a lot of my work for me. So you know, I recommend learning more than just Photoshop and how to use the machine. There's a lot of other processes that
Yeah. Another thing I can add, since we're doing the back to school stuff, we're working on like line right now. It's gonna be hard to show with the light in the background, but here's what it looks like. It's pretty.
Yeah, I love that. That's a cool graphic. Did you design that?
We actually have a graphic designer that did it for us.
That's really cool. I like that.
He's really good at what he does. So
I can tell.
that's for our clothing line side of things.
And that's the brand that you're wearing now, I see.
Yep, I'm always wearing it, dude. You should see my closet. It's just my
That's right. Good. I don't.
My car is
You have a wrap?
60 all around it.
Yeah, nice.
It's all about the branding for me. So brand recognition locally.
Awesome. Right on. Love that. Okay, Sandra's asking, do we need the stand to DTF on the 330 Plus? So if you're referring to the heated vacuum platen, no, you don't. What I would recommend is you can either tape down the sheet to hold it in place, or you can put like droplets of water on the platen in order to hold the sheet still while you're printing.
I can help answer that question.
Absolutely, please.
This is what I do. So I've got the normal platen, but I put 4 little double-sided tape stickers, whatever.
There you go.
There, and you just place it right, and then you stick it right on there. And if you want to make sure it's lined up perfect every time, you can line your sheet up perfect, and then mark with a Sharpie little dots, so you make sure you get it just right every time.
Yeah, right on. See, you guys are doing my job for me now.
Try my best.
That's good. Yeah, make it easy for me. All right. I don't think we've heard from Stephanie yet. Stephanie, let's hear from you. What do you tune in looking to learn? Are you looking for process stuff, more of a community thing? I just want to make sure I glean some more insight, and so that we can make sure to deliver on everybody's expectations. Michael's saying things I would like more training on, how, when, or why to change the dot size. So we can totally talk about that right now. So dot size is mainly going to be affected mainly when you're doing DTF and you're getting those like light wispy streaks in solid colors, particularly like red, blue, yellow. You'll see it the most. And so you would increase dot size to account for that. Basically, it's the ink droplets kind of drifting in the air before it hits what you're printing on. And the reason that we don't see that on DTG is DTG is a little bit more absorbent. So when the ink hits it, it spreads out a little bit and then sets. And on DTF, we really don't get that kind of effect to the extent that we would need in order to not see that. So we're gonna go ahead and pass this one along. That one, I did not set the environment, so it did the white and then the color. So I have it done properly this time. I set that one up too fast. I didn't check my work. Maybe that's a school situation. Okay, all right, so I never did good in school anyway. Okay, so while this is running, let's see what else we got. Stephanie's saying, I just learned DTF yesterday for DTG since I got it. Okay, Stephanie, so you're new to DTF. So I would love to hear whatever questions you have, just right off the cuff, and we can, as a group, we can go ahead and help you out. Do you have a microphone that you would be able to unmute and talk to us? All right, well, this is doing my color layer now. I want to hear, have I called on everybody already? I feel like kind of a small group today. So Sandra, let's hear from you. You got some wins to share with us, Sandra? I want to know all about your business. I don't think we've talked at length yet. Please share with us. Okay, Sandra is asking, how long does DTF last? So all of our inks are rated for a wash fastness is the term. So when you wash it, how well it retains its original intended color. So we rate all of ours for between 20 and 40 washes. Let's see here. So Sandra's correcting herself. I mean, how long can I make film prints before I have to use them? So with the DTF, it's really easy. So as long as you cure the ink and you store them out of like direct sunlight and in like a dry controlled environment, I don't know that there's an end date for how long you can store them, or at least I'm not aware of one. I haven't been working with the technology long enough to have reached a point where they haven't worked when I went to use them. The other day I used some old DTF prints that we had from, I think it was from like December, and those transferred fine. So pre-treated shirts are going to be a little bit more sensitive to being stored. As long as you store a pre-treated shirt in like a dry, cool environment where they're not stacked up on top of each other, you want some sort of divider between them, you're going to have better storage results. So you want to make sure that you put something in between them, store them cool and dry, so in some sort of like one of those bins you get at like Costco with the yellow lid. You guys know what I'm talking about. Put that in with one of those like silica dry packs, like what you get in shoes, but like the bigger ones, like what came with the printer. Throw one of those in there. Put dividers in between, so you can use like the leftover silicone sheets, or you can use like butcher paper or something. As long as those shirts aren't stacked up back to back, they should be good for at least a year. I've used like 1.5 year old pre-treated shirts and they worked just fine. All right. Okay, so it looks like we have a couple more folks joining us. Yep. Go ahead, Eli.
I just wanted to say a tip that I've heard. I've never tried this. I don't really pre-treat stuff anymore since I'm doing direct to film. But if you store something for a long time and you live in a pretty humid area, it would help to press it once before you print on it, so to remove all that might have built up over time.
Definitely, yeah. So regardless of how it's stored, you definitely need to press your shirt again before you go ahead and print on it. Because over time, the pre-treat's not going to hold the fibers perfectly flat forever. Even if it's like the next day, I would still recommend you just pre-press that 5-10 seconds on like a medium-high pressure, just to flatten out everything, make sure it's nice and dry, and then you can go ahead and print on it. So that's actually a really great addition, Eli. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so this one's almost done. Then we'll go ahead and move over and do some little left chest stuff. We'll print some bigger images. She's asking, so with DTF, I can print, cure, and use on most things. Yeah, so that's what we try to use this this forum to show you guys, is all the different kinds of things that DTF can do that maybe DTG can't. So that's one of the like really hot topics now, is what is DTF good for? How can it expand what my printer can already do? And so that's what we're showing you today. This particular one that's about to finish, this is going to help me do a bunch of different shirts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 across on each row. Then just drop that on the little left chest, or we can do like a little like bottom left kind of tag area situation. And so here they are. Oh, BCam, cute little graphics, show Instagram. All right, and then We're going to take it over to the little powder bin we got here. It's DTF powder, guys. All right, so one thing you can do is you can kind of scoop it with the sheet, and then you can just kind of roll it over the print. Okay, so we're gonna, anytime you apply powder, you want to make sure you examine the prints and make sure that the entire print is covered, and then you're examining for excess powder around the edges. If you have excess powder, you need to shake it off, maybe shake the sheet a little more vigorously, or a tip that we've all come to learn from the group is you can flick the sheet from the back side to shoot off the excess powder that's there. So I'm going to hand this off to my team. They're going to cure that. They're going to hover it for 3 minutes, and then it'll be ready. And then in the meantime, we're going to do some larger prints. These are going to be like center chest kind of situation. So let's do the Chili Man. All right. So it depends on what kind of heat press you're using. That'll determine how you're going to hover it. In this case, we're using the Stahl's Fusion, so it's automatically kind of in a hover position when it's not being utilized, and then you clamp it all the way closed. If you're using like the Stahl's clamshell or a different kind of clamshell, you can like just use the little knob that adjusts the pressure, lower it all the way, and then when you clamp it shut, there should be some space ideally.
We have a question.
Oh, we have a question from Instagram. Go ahead.
How is DTG versus DTF in like the feel of it? How does it compare?
So DTG will be a more integrated feel. Here, I'm going to reread the question in case they didn't hear. So we have a question from Instagram. They're asking how the feel differs between DTG and DTF. So DTG is going to be more integrated with the shirt. It's going to be a softer, smoother feel. Especially on white shirts, it'll be particularly integrated. With the dark or colored shirts, you're going to have a white underbase, so you'll be able to tell that there's a print there, but it'll be quite malleable and integrated. With DTF, it is going to be a thicker feel to it. It'll feel almost like maybe a smooth version of a screen print. How would you guys describe the feeling of DTF?
I'd say it's actually improved over time. Based on the first time when I bought the direct to film stuff, the powder was a lot more coarse. But now I feel like it's so fine that the print has got to the point where it feels just like a screen print.
Okay, so just a smooth screen print is the best. I think that probably best describes it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Instagram, smooth screen print is as close as you could expect.
I would just say though, if you're going to do a big wall ink, if you're going to do this rectangular big poster on the back of a shirt, you'll feel it. You'll definitely feel it when you first get it. But when you wash it a couple times, it actually becomes pretty soft.
Yeah, and that's actually a really great point. After you've washed it a few times, it does soften up to be roughly comparable to DTG as far as like the softness, malleability. Thank you for joining us, Authorine. I missed you.
Hey, Brian, I got one more question.
Absolutely, Eli. Please go ahead.
On YouTube a while back, I feel like I saw a video where you guys were printing something, and then after the first coat, it automatically went back without you pressing standby. Is that a setting?
Yeah, so that's the layer settings on the control panel. So layer A means you have to hit standby. Layer B means no matter what, after the first layer of printing, it's going to come back to the front. Generally, when folks are starting out, we recommend to just leave it on A because everything is kind of more intentional. With B, if you're printing, let's say, a white shirt or a single layer pass of printing, it'll still come back to the front. it's not smart enough to know not to come back when there's no more work to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because of that, there's a little bit more margin for error. Oh, our print is done here. So you would change that using the, hang on one second. I'm gonna just set this to the side and then I can show you. So you're gonna press and hold your function key. And as you press and hold, your status light is gonna be blinking. When your status light turns solid, you can let go and it'll like turn pink. And then you can use your up and down keys to select the layer setting that you want and hit function one time to lock in the change.
Okay, one more time. I'm gonna do it. As long as it's fine if it's printing.
We should wait until it's done printing.
Okay, I'll come back to you then.
Okay, yeah, let me know when it's ready. And we have another question from Instagram.
When it comes to the speed, is DTF or DTG a faster process?
In general, it's about the same. Both of them are going to be 2 passes. However, if you're using a DTF printer versus the FreeJet, the DTF printer is going to be faster, the Omni DTF, because it uses 2 print heads. However, if you also are comparing versus the OmniPrint i2, then it's going to go back to roughly the same speed, because both of those machines have 2 print heads. I hope that answers your question, Instagram person. All right, back to Authorine. Oh, she's gone. Let's see. Oh, hey, we have Ron today. Nice to see you, Mr. Ron. You also missed our sharing of wins, so you are due to share one.
I am due to share a win.
Yes, please share a win. Whether it's personal, professional, financial, whatever you want to share.
Well, it's just it's been steady.
Mm-hmm.
I am still working on catching up from our 10-day stint at the York Fair.
Yeah.
Because orders came in from there, and so we had to prioritize those, and then we got new orders stacked on top of those. So yeah, it's I consider it a win because we're still getting it every day, and word of mouth is just phenomenal. People see our work and they're sharing it. There's a community group out there where people ask, say, well, I want this done, and people pop in right away. Hey, they send them to us, and we get it done.
Great to hear. Glad to hear it, Ron. Thanks for joining us today. Authorine's back. Authorine, let's hear from you. We missed you at the beginning. How about a win to start off your time with us today?
Well, my win is that I really love the DTF, and the colors are so vibrant. They just come out so vibrant. At first, I was fearful of it. I didn't know what to expect,
Mm-hmm.
but I just love it now. Like I want to do that more than I want to do the direct to garment printing.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing about that though, Brian, is that if I did it steadily, I would have to purchase that machine, and I'm not ready to purchase that machine that to make the continuous film.
Uh-huh.
So, but other than that, I love this direct to film printing. I have the cold film is just as good as that press.
Love it. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I also love the direct-to-film. It's really fun. I have a lot of fun with the direct-to-film. There's a bunch of new stuff that you can do with it that you can't do with DTG. So we're definitely indulging me partly by doing this one today and doing these different direct-to-film showcases that we do each week. We try to incorporate other topics, but direct-to-film has so many new possibilities that we haven't looked at in the past from DTG. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's really good I'm very pleased with the direct-to-film as a whole as well. Thank you for sharing. Okay, all right. Sandra's asking, new to DTF, how to get white layer last on direct rip. All right, so we're going to send you a link to our knowledge base for how to install the environments into your direct rip software. That'll allow you to go ahead and choose the right settings for yourself. And then if you need any help with that, you let us know. You have our information. Let's see here. Okay, all right, so this one's printing. I want to start doing some transfers before this gets away from me. Where'd my scissors go? Okay, this one's actually going to need to be done on the other heat press. Okay, so we'll show off these guys. Okay, so let's do a bunch of cute little ones here. I'm gonna just use this as a stand for now. Okay, we'll set this aside. Okay, and then let's separate them. Yeah, these are super cute little designs that we've got here. I'm going to come and show you guys individually. Okay, the little chili pepper man. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's show. We're on B cam. Okay, so we got like this little, what is this, a raccoon? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Got a little bunny. These are so cute. I love these. Sorry guys, you guys are gonna have to put up with me. Look at the little watermelon. I think that one's my favorite. So we're gonna start with the watermelon actually, and just get right into it. I know you guys didn't tune in to watch me show you these random little prints. Okay, so the reason that we have the hat press here today is because it's this nice small print area, or nice small press area, I should say. I'm so used to talking about printers. That we don't have to do any special manipulating or need any special items in order to get our print where we want it. So in this case, we want right about here. Okay, I'm gonna put the watermelon right here on this guy. Right about there. Okay, then we've got our film, and that's gonna go 25 seconds. And these ones are hot peel. I know Michael asked that and I neglected to answer. So these ones are hot peel today. Okay. Let's see, did we have any new messages on Instagram? They're being quiet, they're being shy. I didn't know Instagram was a very shy platform. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead. Cute little watermelon on there. Let's see. It's little, maybe a little bit mispositioned. A little bit lower might have been good, a little bit to the side. I didn't quite line it up right to the seam here, but otherwise looking cute. On these smaller prints, you could almost get away with not doing the second press. The second press will just help it overall as far as feel, but that's on there really nicely. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I do have the texture of the garment reflected on here. So it's a little bit more integrated versus some of the larger prints that I've done on DTF, where it's just hyper smooth and you need to give it that second press in order to give it some sort of texture. So this one turned out really nicely. Let's go ahead and move along to the rest of them. let's see, did I print out? Let's put one onto this guy. This is the fun one for today. So we're gonna put this right on here, and I think maybe we'll put a couple. So one thing that I want to make sure is when I put it on here and I put the print, that the print is gonna be underneath the heat, because my press area is flat and it's larger than the heat portion. So I do have some room for error if I'm not careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and position these very carefully. Because this is a little bit trickier of a material than what we're used to applying these things to, what I'm gonna do is let it cool off just a little bit before I pull the transfer. Okay, so we have them positioned. Can the close-up cam see that, or can we get maybe a little bit of manual positioning there? We're gonna get the camera in here. And Michael's asking if butcher paper would work in the place of craft paper. I would recommend against that. Butcher paper tends to be a little bit different. Craft paper is generally really consistent and nice to use. All right, so we're gonna get this right down on here. Ah, it fell on me. I do wanna be careful. Okay, this is the first time that I'm doing it on this material, so you guys get to see the first-hand results. All right, so that's gonna get the same amount of time as usual, and if everything goes right, then we're gonna have some really nice, cute bag here.
Butcher paper work in place of craft paper?
We answered that one, Mauricio.
We just did about 100 material like that, and I found out through trial and error the first couple that it's definitely a cold peel material.
You ended up preferring cold peel? Okay, so here we go. Do want it to cool off a little bit before we peel it. Yeah, it's still a little bit gooey from my first attempt. So we want it, I'm gonna give it maybe a little bit more press here. Just a couple more seconds, and then I'm gonna let it cool off more than what I did just there. Okay, so while that one cools off for a second here, let's go ahead and do some more cute little situations on. Let's do this one. Okay, so this one's super cute, pink little bag. And this one's gonna be maybe a little bit easier to position it. I'm gonna put the bunny right there, and the little crocodile with the heart right there. Okay, where'd that sheet go? Right here. Okay, and I think that should be cooled off sufficiently that I should be happy with peeling this one in front of a live studio audience. Let's see, where do I want it? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Let's see, I gotta get it in a position where it's gonna peel the way I want it. There we go. Come on, give it to me. There we go. Number 2, success. And number 3, nice. All right, so there we have it. Looking super cute. So I think I would call that one a success. I like that. So the only one, I think I'm with Ron that cold peel would be easier for the purpose of like the smaller, less reinforced text areas. Oh, this has been pressing for a long time. This is not pressed yet. Okay, I'm getting a little distracted with a couple of different things. Okay, so we've got this one here. We're gonna go ahead and press this one now. Okay. All right. This one is finished, guys. Oop, that jump scared me. All right. So we're going to go ahead and press that. I don't think we need the cover sheet. Okay. So this one's looking really nice. Nice large print. Dinosaur guy. We need to powder it first. Okay. This one should be good. Set it to the side. Give that some time. Oh, you know what? I should have had a cover sheet on here. This one did stick. Peeled itself. Okay, so this should be good to peel. Okay, so this one peeled super easy. So in this case, we have our, oh, I'm way too close. There we have it. All right, let's hand this off. Okay, let's go ahead and powder this guy, send it off to get cured. Yeah, Mario, you're correct. So that material is holding the heat. So the move is to let it rest. I was being a little impatient with the first one. Okay, Sandra's saying, I have cold peel film. So there is a hot peel, and that's what we're using today. So we're utilizing the hot peel films. So let me set this, just put that on the floor. I'll clean it up later. Okay, all right, so this one, I want to make sure I line it up with my seam there. Oh, this one's gonna look super cute on this color. Maybe a little bit lower. On. All right, okay. So, well, this is,
Brian.
Yep.
Hey, earlier you were talking about printing like vibrant colors
Uh-huh.
on the directed film and the dot size.
Yes.
What dot size would be best if I'm printing a gradient?
So with a gradient, generally you should leave it alone. The SML setting should be ideal for gradients. It's when you have solid colors that you generally will see that banding, like what Michael was asking about.
Got it, got it.
All right, let's see if I nailed this one. Cute. Oops. Oh, sorry, guys. There we have it. So, so that's the idea. Just wanted to kind of take this opportunity with all of you guys live to make sure that everyone is utilizing all of the opportunities that are available to them. Let's hand this one off. Okay, so really the bottom line is to remind you guys that there's all of these different avenues that you can leverage to help grow your business. So in this case, the example is the school apparel. I know Ron and Victor Rubio, you guys really monopolize on the schools in your area, and you guys make a killing on that. And I want to make sure that all of you other guys, you guys can also capitalize, because that's the whole point. We're all here to make money and to show you guys. Is that DTF? Embroidery?
Yeah, that's embroidery. That's a puff piece that we're doing.
Nice. Yeah, see, so that's exactly what I mean. So we have all these different avenues that we can sell and that we can grow. We're all here. You guys tune in here for ideas on how to make money, techniques, knowledge to help you guys make money. That's really the bottom line, is the money pays the bills and makes the dreams come true. And so that's what we're here for. If there's anything that you need help with to help you accomplish those goals, that's what OmniPrint is here for, to support you in those endeavors. So as always, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign it off. Make sure to check us out on our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We are starting to do TikTok. Getting going on the TikTok. Let's see, we have our knowledge base, and make sure you really leverage the sales rep that you purchased from to maximize your efficiency. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. I'll see you next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific on Creators Live. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us.